Speaking of President Trump, last night he posted on social media a photograph of him and First Lady Melania Trump in formal attire, next to a photograph of you and your wife. You appear to be in a restaurant booth or something. Your wife is a psychiatrist. She's wearing a hijab. The caption was "Two very different Americas." What was your response when you saw that?
Trump's post was more than just a photograph. By calling the two images two very different Americas, he turned a personal moment into a much larger political argument. And the response was immediate. Instead of backing away from that contrast, his opponent embraced it, arguing that the real difference between the two Americas is not simply politics, but how people live, what they can afford, and what kind of future they believe their families will have. That is where this exchange gets much more personal and much more politically explosive.
Trump's vision is the one you're living in right now. Can you afford your gas? Can you afford your groceries? Do you believe, when you look your kids in the eye, that they're going to have a better future than you did?
That is the key political message here. The argument is no longer just about Donald Trump and his social media post. It is about whether Americans feel better off today, whether everyday costs are manageable, whether families can afford basic necessities, and whether the next generation will actually have more opportunities than the one before it. By framing the election around those questions, he is trying to move the conversation away from personalities and toward the economic realities voters experience every day. And then he makes the argument even more personal by bringing his own children into the picture.
Kids who live 15 minutes away, whose lives are very, very different than theirs because we've been, for far too long, okay with a level of inequality in this country. I want them to live in an America where they can breathe clean air and drink clean water. And actually, Sarah and I like each other. I don't know about the First Lady and the President, but from what I've heard, it's a bit of a rocky road.